Hey everybody, Cool Dad here. Anybody who's watched any of my videos over time knows that when I'm building for dripping, I love to use my unrolled cotton balls for wicking. It works well, it's cheap, it fits all my bills. I never had any issues with it. A while back, I was playing around with building some vertical coils and discovered that cotton balls can be a royal pain in the ass to use for wicking for that particular type of build. And there we go. So I was down at my local shop and they hooked me up with some of this flat cotton. It is not a name brand, it's generic. There's no brand to it. It's just plain old flat cotton. And lately since I've had it sitting here, and I haven't really been playing with vertical coils lately, I decided why not see what it can do with regular coils. I've been very pleasantly surprised, I will say that. We're going to do a quick video today on wicking with flat cotton for standard horizontal coils. My current build, I haven't decided to change this up yet, but this is 8 wraps, 26 gauge, runs about a 0.5, 0.6 on here, and it's been working great. I'm not ready to replace it yet, but it is definitely time for re-wicking. I was down at my local shop yesterday and spent a few hours vaping through various flavors and didn't re-wick. I vape them dry and then drip a new one in, just so you get the concept there. So today I decided I definitely need to re-wick because I'm getting about 30 different flavor profiles popping through when I'm trying to vape. They're not bad, but it's not as where I like it. So here's how I do it. My square O cotton. I cut off a couple of small strips from this. Now, I've got roughly 2 millimeter inner diameter coils. And normally I've got better scissors, but Mrs. Cool Dad borrowed them and hasn't returned them yet. So I make do with trauma shears because that's what I've got down here. There's my leftover piece. Now, I got 2 strips here, 2 skinny ass strips of flat cotton. One's a little bit wider than the other, yes, I got that. It doesn't have to be perfect. I'm not doing competitions with this. However, one of the things I've noticed, this doesn't roll up quite as nice as the cotton ball material does. So I go to the end where I'm going to lead and cut an angle in it. So, that being said, let's keep this all nice layered together. Wet the fingers a little bit. Let's twist this down. This is how you can tell just how not clean your hands are. Fortunately, this is not going to end up in the vape setup. Okay, there we go. Twisted down. Pardon my dirty hands. I've been working in the shop. Shit happens. There we go. I'm going to poke that in through. Now, if you have big meat hooks like I do and you can't get a decent tail on that, like this is, you might want something like a pair of tweezers or hemostats, etc. Oh, I got a piece of wire stuck on there to reach in and pull that through. Fortunately, I can get enough of an end on there I can pull it through. Now watch. As I pull it through, I have not twisted this down. I'm literally just pulling the layers through. Now you'll see the end kind of is warped a little bit, so I just come over here. Yeah, do this so I can get it on camera. And kind of just gently fluff it out so it flattens back out again. Pull it through a little bit more. That's about where I want to be. I'm not going to do any cutting yet. If I was just doing this for myself and not for a video, that's the point about where I would snip the ends and call it a day there and then move to the other side. But I'm going to do them both together. Now the other piece. Again, cutting an angle in the end. It makes it easier to get that rolled up little section so that you can feed it through the coil. Now I do twist these a little bit differently because I'm not trying to twist the whole thing up. I don't need to with this setup or with this particular type of cotton. I will, however, nip off that little stringy at the end. Now you'll notice, hang on, I've got to do it this way. You already see me feed it through once, so I'm just going to kind of start this. What I like to do, put both feed ends going the same direction. It's probably just my OCD, but it works for me. And again, I'm going to gently pull through. If I get a bunching up, I'll just come back here and gently fluff it back. And I want to get these ends, the tail ends, I guess, for lack of a better way of putting it, about where I would cut them anyway. So now I'm just going to go through, and there's a little excess on the end there. Just kind of nip that where I fluffed it back out because it got wrapped up. So there, that end, as far as I'm concerned, is good. Let's hit this side. Cut these both. Bam. Now, I always leave a little on the tail end so I can make any necessary side-to-side adjustments. So now I've got it pretty much ready to roll. And since I'm down in the shop, got my needle here. Tuck that right now. This is the Mutation X V4 I'm working on. So it's got these nice little juice well holes on either side of where the coils go. So I'm just basically, I tuck the ends into that. Your RDA may have a different setup. You just got to figure out where you want to tuck the ends. And then just kind of gently tuck them in so they'll be in the juice well and pick up the juice. Oh. And last but not least, probably could have taken a shade more off either side, but oh well. You see how much I'm stressing it. Boom, all nice and wicked. Now, I can put that needle back so I don't lose it. That's a handy little tool, let me tell you. There it is. I'm doing a bit of a flashback as far as juice goes. Cleanse the palate, so to say. Got a little bit of Zombie Blood by Walking Dead. And as far as juicing the wick, I gotta say I'm pretty impressed with how easy it is to juice this wicking up, because I'm not twisting the whole thing to get it in there, because I'm just twisting the end and letting the layers feed through. It soaks up the juice a lot quicker, in my opinion and observation. So it makes juicing it a little bit easier. So it is kind of a side benefit to using the flat cotton if you're so inclined. If you're not so inclined, the hell with it then. Use what you like. That's what this is all about. We don't all vape the same. Why should we wick the same? Okay. Let this sit for a second. Either tonight or tomorrow there will be a review dropping on Buttercream Dream by the Cakery. Little preview. It's good. That's your little preview. That's my teaser for it. Check it out though. I will be dropping a review on it either tonight or tomorrow. It just honestly depends on how my sinuses feel. I've been pretty stuffed up the last couple days. Our weather locally has been a little hit or miss. It was 25 degrees out yesterday. It is 53, 54 degrees right now. Welcome to Central New York State. Gotta love it. Okay, that's set for me. I just want to make sure the juice is all soaked in. Give her a little hit. And you see, it gets some nice. Now, mind you, vapor production is primarily a function of the coil you build, combined with the type of juice you run. I'm just going to drip just a tad more on there. And there we go. Nice and clean. So it's not necessarily dependent on the coil, or the wick, I'm sorry. Jeez, I can talk today. Vapor production is primarily related to the coil you build, the power you're pushing through it, and the type of juice you have. Obviously, higher VG juice is going to give you better vapor as far as clouds, density, etc. That being said, not getting dry hits on a regular basis when you still got juice in here, that is a function of the wick. And I have found that this flat cotton does actually wick very nicely and does a good job of getting all the juice to the cotton. It vapes dry real nice, and I don't mean by dry hit, I mean like vapes clean, so you can like if you want to switch flavors, you can vape this pretty dry all the way through, and put a new flavor on and not have a whole lot of the old flavor. Unless you're doing like multiple flavors right in a row where you didn't vape it all the way dry and you got a little bit left here and there, then you got to re-wick the next day. Learn from me. Anyway, that is a nice tasty vape, a nice wick on there. Like I said, the big reason I've done this is because in the past I've stuck with my cotton balls, which are back here. Plain old generic cotton balls, which as you can see I'm a little low on. I just have to go out and pick some more up. Haven't done that yet. Yes, there's a lot of stickers on my cotton jar, and there goes the lights. So, that being said, I'm going to wrap this up and say, Cool Dad saying, peace out, get your vape on, I'm still here, I gotta go flip a breaker apparently. So, have fun, and wick how you like.